Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Lenny. This is Big Girls Really Do Cry, and I am doing another chatty catch up. That sounded weird, didn't it? Was me? Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, what have I got to say this time? What has changed? Well, apart from a blotchy face. Spotty, innit? Um, so, where do I start? So I think the last video I did was 6th of February ish, and 2 days before that video, I had the OT out and sat in the wheelchair. And anyway, I was supposed to speak to the OT that day. That she was supposed to ring me that day to let me know what was happening next. And unfortunately, with one thing and another, nothing happened until Tuesday just gone. So it's now the 20th of February. So 2 weeks before I heard from her again. And then today I sat in the wheelchair again. So yeah, at the time I did it then, I did 5 minutes or 6 minutes, and today I've done 7 minutes. But the aim is also, they've said that, to come out twice a week to get me up, but it I'm just hoping the consistency picks up, because I'm not going to get anywhere if it doesn't. Am I really? I can't wait 2 weeks every time, but hopefully that will improve. Fingers crossed anyway. But it was nice to get up and face a different wall in my room for a change. Yeah. Anyway, as with regards to like the diabetes and Monjaro thing, I'm still not on Monjaro. Strangely, after I did that video last, my diabetic nurse rang me 2 hours after that video, and we talked like through the whole thing and everything and how I was, and she was absolutely over the moon with my blood results, in the fact that the HbA1c had gone from 123 to 48, which is amazing. And she thinks it's probably best for me to stay off the Monjaro for at least 6 weeks altogether. Well, 6 weeks from that phone call. So she's going to get in touch with me again, and then we'll look in. And as long as things have still been good, then she'll look to putting me back on it, essentially. Food wise, yeah, being honest, I've had a really bad week, to be fair. I did say, I think the last time, that my hunger had increased, and that although like I'd had a few extra calories, for the most part I've been okay, because my calorie deficit would have been higher anyway. But I did feel more hunger. But I think also frustration with a lot of things, with obviously getting up, getting out, people not getting back to me, etc., etc. It's been really frustrating. So I think that, and just, I don't know, life, boredom, stuck in this room, I don't know what. I had just had a bad week, really, and overeaten. And at first, I did write it down, so I'd had like 2,500 calories ish, and then I just stopped writing it. I just didn't even log it, and I know it was more, definitely more than the 2,500. Have taken control again, so I started logging again from yesterday, but I think so. Thursday the 20th. I think I've already said that, haven't I? So I logged everything yesterday. I've logged today, and I think even on the Tuesday I was better. I just didn't log. So back there, getting back on it. And I think the shock really was me blood sugars. My blood sugars started to raise, and I don't want that. I really don't want that to happen. And I was I've wrote note I've wrote note I've not wrote that doesn't make sense, does it? I've wrote notes make sense. God knows. Um. So yeah, if you remember, I think I said my blood sugars were about 78, but I was getting the occasional 9, and so my blood sugars had gone to 10 to 12, which and I've had e- and I've had the occasional 15 and even a 17 once over these last few days where I was overeating. So yeah, definitely need to bring that back down because I didn't want me insulin to have to increase because of what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? I've also felt it with my lymphedema and the lipedema, the difference, obviously the shit foods, I'm going to say, which taste really lovely, unfortunately, have made a difference in the fluid in my body. I can feel the difference. My legs and my arms feel heavier because I've retained the fluid that I hadn't been doing. So yeah, that made a huge difference. So I've like I said, I've getting it back under control, back to logging food, back to staying under. Well, I've I'm under 2200, and when I go back on the Manjaro, I'll probably lower again because I'll not be able to eat it. But I'll try and stick to between 1800 and 2000 when I'm on that. So yeah, but I've limited myself to the 2200. So yeah, what else? So it's so you know that I can't be weighed, or I haven't been weighed, and I've had issues around being weighed. And ages ago, the guy who used to weigh his company were going to charge me like 160 quid or whatever it was, and he was really nice and he helped me out so I could get weighed. Well, unfortunately, it seems like he's left the company and the company's been taken over by someone else. So I phoned them yesterday because I just thought, you know, my sister was asking me what I wanted for my birthday, with it being my 50th this year. And I thought I'd really like to know what I weigh. As, and I mean, it's not something you usually get for your birthday, is it, as a present? But I was thinking if everyone could tip in, I might be able to, get to this 160 quid or the 200, maybe if it's gone up a bit. That's what I was thinking. So I rang them up, and yeah, it's not 160 or 200. It's £500 for me to get weird, and that's without VAT. Including VAT, it's £600. That's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I know I've lost weight. I can tell. I can feel it in everything. You know what I mean? And rolling over in my face and my body, I can feel a difference. I just don't know the numbers, and it would be really nice to have known the numbers for my birthday, and that is what I was going to do. I was going to, get people to chip in, like my sister and brother and my kids and stuff, so that I could have that for my birthday present, essentially. But no, I can't justify £600. Like, and the thing is, I've asked the OT about it, and she seems to think it's more like a dietitian thing, and yeah, and it's just like no one can help, or it seems so. And I know that, like, I can keep losing weight without it, but it really would have been nice, you know what I mean, just to know the difference. Because when someone says to her, "Oh, you've lost weight, how much have you lost?" I'm like, I don't know, make up a number, 5 stone, whatever. I don't know. So yeah, that's really frustrating, really frustrating, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, she sent me. In fact, I'll put it in. I'll put it in here. Um, I'll just put it on the screen over the top of my face because and basically the quote for the price of it, and I was just like, yeah, as you can see, bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. I mean, honestly, if I was able to get in the wheelchair, there's a blinking, what's it called? You go to take your scrap and metals and stuff. If I was able to get in the wheelchair, I just rode that down there and got on one of their machines to see how much it was. Do you know what I mean? And then deducted the amount that Robo bitch weighs. So it's like looking more likely, isn't it? It's just ridiculous that it's so hard. And this brings me on to another thing. So over the years, over the past 6 years maybe, I have been working with a nurse because she did a PhD in obesity and especially people who are housebound because of it, etc. Or not just because of it, or became obese because of being housebound, whichever way it happened, you know what I mean? Um, and obviously I've been helping her, and we've gone through all different things in terms of like how people have approached me in terms of like um, has there been bias in the sense of like, I guess, doctors or other medical staff, like, you is it just assuming your weight is you being lazy and everything like that and whatever, because there's a lot of people who just assume that it's move more, eat less, and it's that easy. It's not that at all. So I've been working with her over the years, and she's finally getting funding to do a study into like what help people get if they're actually stuck at home, because I have had to fight and fight for everything, and there's never ever a simple route, whether it's been for the hoist, getting an ambulance, or anything. It's always been so complicated. Even just getting out in the wheelchair is so complicated because, and don't get me wrong, like if you're stuck in bed in hospital and then you come out of hospital and you need support to get back in your wheelchair, right? That must happen to people who aren't overweight as well as people who are overweight. So yeah, there's just so much to it, and I'm really like chuffed to be helping her with this. And obviously it'll eventually be like a questionnaire that goes round, and then hopefully eventually there'll be better guidelines, which is what is needed. Much better guidelines, because not just that, it's like if someone is overweight and say like they're stuck in home because either they're they've got other issues that have made them housebound, then you kind of either, one, you've forgotten, two, you kind of, because of your own feelings about yourself, like your shame and all that, guilt, whatever, that stops you from trying to get help. Or if you do reach out that one time, you're faced with, oh no, we can't do that, or oh no, we can't help you there, or I don't know what we can do, or there's always a failure. So therefore, like if I had done this before, I would have just give up, because I would have then gone back to blaming myself, and that's the reason this doesn't happen. And yeah, with any other addiction or mental health issue, that's not the case. So why should it be different for this? You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm helping out with that, and I'm really like pleased to be able to do something positive and change, I hope, people's viewpoints and stuff, because like if it was just as simple as move more, eat less, no one would ever be overweight, would they? So yeah. Anyway, I think that's everything, apart from I am live on the 22nd. So I'm doing my first Saturday end of the month live. Since I think I did a hitching meet up last year, and possibly my birthday and whatever, and maybe something in the October, but in the most part I don't do it every month. But I will be doing it every month, although we are starting on the 22nd, so in 2 days, on Saturday, at 9 o'clock, of course, on my channel. And it'll be the online meetup live, because those people who are resellers, etc., they are having their annual meetup in Hitchin. So for anyone who isn't going, they can come and join and watch me and a few friends, and hopefully someone from Hitchin will join us for a few moments, and we'll see what's going on there. But whatever, we'll have some fun is what we'll do. And then I'll be back end of March, end of April, June, May, whatever, because back to doing something a bit more than just this chatty catch up thing. Anyway, should be good fun. I think I've said everything I need to. Oh, well, this isn't really that much information, but when I got my blood test done for the diabetes, they tested us for other things as well, and my folate was low, so I've been put on folic acid. That's it really. That wasn't really worth mentioning, was it? But never mind. Anyway, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. When you think that there's something else but you don't know what? That's how it feels right now, but I haven't got a clue what it is, so I'll probably just tell you next time. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I shall catch you next time. Bye bye now. Bye bye.